Hey, Tom.
Oh, hey, Big. What's up, man? I didn't see you there.
Yeah, I've been sitting here for about an hour now.
Oh, you've been here okay, I've been here for about 45 minutes. So almost as long.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering why you weren't looking over, but I couldn't wait any longer. I had something really important to tell you.
You kind of just blend in with those red jeans.
Yeah, I blend into the blue couch with these red jeans.
I can't tell the difference between blue couches and red jeans.
All right. Well, I guess that's something you're going to have to see a doctor about. But back to my important thing that I was going to tell you was that the Fancy Lad podcast is brought to you by Fancy Lad Skateboards.
Oh, all these years, I wondered if there was any affiliation between the two because we never really mentioned whether or not they're one of the sponsors.
We didn't. No. And I would consider them our main sponsor.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
People would probably think our main sponsor is some beer company or a water company. Who knows? But no, it's Fancy Lad Skateboards.
Mm-mm-mm. And, the nice people at Fancy Lad Skateboards, they actually reached out to me.
Did they really?
Yep.
What? That's insane.
And they said for a limited time, get this, they're going to offer us, they're going to offer us the opportunity to offer all of our listeners a limited time 20% off all products on FancyLadSkateboards.com.
You mean to tell me the good people at Fancy Lad Skateboards
that's right
reached out to you, BIGZO
right.
of Fancy Lad Skateboards podcast,
CEO,
and said that we could have a promo code for all the sweaty and deranged listeners out there, and now the viewers as well.
Right.
That's amazing.
I know.
So what's this promo code again?
Well, they said they wanted to keep it simple so the people could remember it. Promo code podcast.
That is pretty simple.
Yeah.
And you know what? They say, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy
Podcast.
Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy
Podcast. Gonna talk to my friends. Gonna share a thought.
Lad.
Gonna have a laugh. That's what I thought.
Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy
Fancy
Lad.
Podcast. Fancy Lad. Fancy Lad Podcast.
And we are back.
Oh, we are back, and I think I know, but I'm just going to ask, where are we?
Well, in our beloved Fancy Lad studio.
Oh, okay. One of the many Fancy Lad podcast studios. That makes sense.
One of the many.
One of the many.
I don't know how many hands you got, but you could probably count them on at least one or two hands.
It's hard because as soon as I start moving my fingers, I forget, is that a hand now or is it just 5 fingers?
I know. Sometimes I get confused too. I look at my thumb and I'm like, does that count as a finger? Does that count as a hand?
When does it stop being a hand and start being 5 fingers or 4 fingers and 1 thumb?
I don't know.
Probably around here, around the webbing. That'd be my guess.
I'm like, is this a finger? Should I stick this in a hole of some sort and fill it? I don't know.
I don't know. What do I do with these things? I don't know.
It's good to be back. This is an exciting time.
Oh, this is a very exciting time. I'm excited.
This is a new year.
This is a new year. Oh yeah, it is a new year, isn't it?
Yeah.
2023. I haven't seen you all year.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What have you been up to?
Oh, man, it's been a crazy year. I've been doing tons. Rewatched all of the Mission Impossibles again. Damn. In the last 4 days.
Really?
No.
Oh.
That would have been sick, though.
That would have been pretty sick.
I wish I had that much time.
Yeah, people don't like that Tom Cruise guy because of all that Scientology, but I was like, it's pretty cool that he jumped out of a motorcycle off of a cliff.
Into the Grand Canyon itself.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
You got canyons.
You got canyons.
But there's only one grand one.
There's only one grand one. Do you ever think he thought of maybe doing a canyon cannon?
What's that?
I don't know. Like you get shot out of a cannon into the canyon. I don't know why you'd want to be going that fast into the canyon.
Holding a crayon?
Although he was going pretty fast. Ooh. Canyon, crayon.
Yeah. Crayon.
Yeah, people do say it crayon, huh?
But I know, it's been a crazy year for me too.
Oh yeah? What have you been up to?
Broke my foot.
Did you?
Almost.
Oh, okay.
You should see it. It's pretty much all purple.
Well, you know what? For now, I'll just take your word for it. I don't know what those dogs are smelling like right now.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
Oh, God. I'm sorry about that.
And, just like any other sucker, on New Year's, I went on a diet.
Oh, you fucking sucker.
I know what you're thinking.
Mhm.
Fat boy on a diet. Don't try it. I check your ass like a looter in a riot.
I would never think that.
You would never think about checking my ass just like a looter in a riot?
Okay, well, that part I might consider.
I mean, I think
I would take that under advisement.
you've said that to me several times. It's kind of your mantra.
It is kind of my mantra. And it's weird. Is it the mantra of the thing you're not supposed to share with people?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird that I keep saying it out loud to you and then telling you it's my mantra.
Yeah. I'm like, Tom, hey, what's up? What are you up to? And he's like, not much. I'm just out here checking asses like looters and riots do.
My mantra.
Yeah.
And then you're like, your mantra loses all power if you tell people what it is.
You're giving out all the secrets of the TM community here.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I forgot. You have to be at a certain level before you learn that kind of thing, probably.
Yeah, like Scientology.
Yeah, just like Scientology. That makes sense. So maybe we should get Tom Cruise on here.
Yeah, long story short is that I belong to a cult. Tom Cruise belongs to a cult.
Yep. Hey, we all kind of belong to a cult of personality.
That is true.
That is true.
And also, I was trying to think of the fucking song that Ryan Gallant skated to by the cult.
Fire Woman?
Yeah, and we all have a fire woman deep inside of us.
And then Von Baker skated to She Sells Sanctuary.
Mm.
That was another good one.
Yeah, why didn't he just skate to She Sells Seashells by the seashore?
She Sells Sanctuary. That's a good question. Should we call him and ask?
Driving your Mitsubishi to sell seashells by the seashore.
Mitsubishi. Yeah, it's a good one for that. Mitsubishi.
I mean, we could call Von Baker.
We could, but this isn't the Von Baker podcast.
Yeah. Yet.
Not yet. Although it very easily could be, and maybe it should be.
We'll have to do that when we're having our Baker week,
Baker. Mm-hmm. A full week of Baker content.
Yep. Von Baker.
Mm-hmm.
British Bake Off, Cook Off, starring Old Greg's friend.
Old Greg's friend?
Yeah. From that show.
Oh.
Mighty Boosh.
Fucking, no, what's his name? No? Is it no? What's his name? Yeah. I can't remember his name.
It doesn't matter,
It
okay?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter. We can ask him his name when we have the Baker week of the Fancy Lad podcast, okay?
Oh, thank God. It'd be such a relief to finally know.
Mm-hmm.
To finally know. So what are we going to do for this week? Because this isn't Baker.
But we were talking about Tom Cruise.
We were talking about Tom Cruise. That's true.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get him at such short notice.
He does seem really busy. Jumping into the canyon and all.
But what I'm thinking is, now you've seen American Psycho.
Oh, I've seen American Psycho. Kidding me? A guy like me?
Yeah.
A guy like me?
Yeah, a guy like you.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember Christian Bale had kind of based his performance off Tom Cruise for that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Interesting.
Kind of a vacant sort of person like that.
He based it off of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Partly.
I've heard that Christian Slater bases all of his characters off Jack Nicholson.
That makes sense because he talks and acts exactly like Jack Nicholson.
And he always pulls back his hair like this.
Have you tried Jack Nicholson impersonation recently?
I just did one.
Oh, I thought you were doing Christian Slater.
Well, yeah, as Jack Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about? Have I tried one? I just did one.
Because I realize that it helps if you scrunch your entire face into a Grinch-like character. And but what really helps is starting off by saying, I'm Jack Nicholson.
I like to pull back the hair. I feel like that helps stretch the face, make it kind of yeah. Hello,
not bad.
it's me, Jack.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, from the major motion picture, Jack.
Hey, it's me, Jack, from the major motion picture, Jack.
Now
you should have been a Jack. That was a big
Jack
missed opportunity.
Yeah, instead of Robin Williams
or the Bill Cosby character.
All right. Anyway, this is what I'm trying to say is that we love movies.
Oh God, we do.
And I think that we should try to find someone out there, possibly a skater, who knows, who's also a movie buff. So we'll finally have something to talk to them about.
Oh, so we're going to be talking films, movies, films,
major motion pictures.
Okay, so probably not.
None of that fucking indie bullshit, dude.
Boo!
Have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
I actually haven't.
It's actually not bad.
I've heard, it's good.
You really haven't seen it?
No, I really haven't. I have not seen it.
Well, maybe we should take a break and watch it real quick and come back.
How long is it?
Like tight 90.
All right, let's watch that and then we'll come back and hopefully we'll have a guest.
I think we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh, we are back, and that was a good break.
Oh, God, fantastic break, Tom. Best break of the new year, I could say.
Oh, my goodness. Best break of the new year by far. Definitely not the first time I've thought about breaks, because as you can guess, all year I've been dreaming about them, just like last year.
Yeah. So you've had a lot of dreams up until now.
But we will save that for the Dream podcast.
Exactly.
Which is forthcoming.
Maybe we'll release it on the Faints Lad Patreon, so they get a little sneak peek of it.
Oh, a little sneak peek. Yeah, forthcoming. Maybe even, if we're lucky, maybe even fifth coming.
But, enough about the fifth coming. Let's just introduce our special guest.
That's a good idea.
Tom Karangelov.
Oh, you got it right. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, Tom, I know that, being on another podcast with Tom here, I just don't want this to turn into a Tom club and just get left in the dust,
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Toms of the world unite.
But hey, thanks again for being on the podcast. Big fan. Just want to say that real quick.
I'm a fan of you guys.
Thank you.
It's always
I'm
great to
drawing
hear.
you guys, by the way. I'm drawing
Oh.
you guys sitting on the couch.
Oh boy,
It's not my most flattering angle, but hey,
that's true.
it's all right.
It's fine. It kind of looks 56K, so you guys will be pixelated.
Oh hell
Okay.
yeah,
Perfect.
that's
Are
good.
you wearing a Zero hoodie?
I am. I wore this in tribute to you and your
Thank you.
illustrious career in professional skateboarding.
Thanks.
I guess that's a good place to start. The first time I ever saw a video part of you was in the Zero Cold War.
Oh, cool. That was a long time, like 10 years ago now, maybe, or longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably closer to 15, right? Maybe.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's been a childhood dream of mine skating for the chef.
Yeah, he rules.
So
Have you ever met him?
I haven't. I've wanted to. And, maybe
You should
one
get
day.
him on your podcast.
Well, I'd love to.
That'd be a dream. We had, we were trying to get Dane to hook it up.
Yeah, I'd love to. I got a million questions for him.
Yeah, dude, he's so sick.
Yeah. But we'll save that for the Jamie Thomas podcast, We'll keep it Tom K related this podcast because you are our special guest. Skating for Zero, was it just that you were young and you had that fire behind you to huck? Or were you like, I skate for Zero, I need to skate handrails?
Back then, I think skating probably changes a lot over time. And back then it was maybe more pop. Like, I don't know, the things that inspired me were that type of skating. And then I was just really stoked on that. But I feel like I never really fully jumped too much how a normal traditional zero rider would. But I don't know. I didn't feel pressure to do that. I just was really hyped on that kind of skating and knowing like the legacy of Zero. And the dudes that I was like hyped on were like Rattray and like Keegan.
Yeah.
I don't know, and Tony Cervantes. I just feel like those dudes kind of skated really differently and cool, and they skated gnarly, but with like a little twist. So I thought that was always like pretty inspiring to me.
Yeah, it's true. Keegan Sauter and John Rattray definitely have that tinge of quirkiness to them. Yeah,
especially John. He was like John was like a really big influence on why I wanted to skate for Zero. John and Keegan and Jamie and Alyssa. I was just super hyped on Zero, at least in that time period.
Yeah.
Did Keegan have a part in Rick McCrank's shop video?
Yeah, he did.
Antisocial.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that video fucking rules. I love that video.
The Pogues, Dirty Old Town.
I loved that video. I watched that so much.
Yeah, I love that opening line where he barely has any run up and does that board slide.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think he skated the stairs. He skated the stairs at Clipper, which I always thought was really cool. I think he frontside flipped the stairs, and I feel like that's so random and cool.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I have to go revisit that.
It's like, did you not see the hubba?
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time either. Maybe I'm wrong.
What was the John Rattray part where he does the turnaround push?
Dying to Live, I think.
Yeah. Love that part.
Love Rattray.
Yeah, I think it's in Dying to Live.
Hands down, skated the best song in that video.
Yeah, he didn't even pick it.
I figured that much. I figured they were like, well, he's from Scotland, right?
Yeah, what was that? The what was it? What's that band? Oh, fucking
Proclaimers.
Proclaimers. Right. And when I hover.
Yeah. As your career went on, you got more and more sort of, you became more and more of a spotsman, as I call it. And
I feel like I always was. I don't know. I feel like I always was kind of like looking for my own stuff. Just skating around here. I mean, you guys are lucky. You guys live in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah, I just feel like the scene and the amount of skaters and stuff is just like you can find your own things. But I feel like here, my whole life skating was just like shoved. Like, it's like you go to a skate park and you see pro skaters. It's just like way different here. So being from here, I was kind of always inspired, I guess, by like hearing. Well, one of the first people I heard that like looked for spots was this photographer, Anthony Acosta. He shoots for Vans. And I always remember him always saying like, oh, on my way home from skating random places, I'll just take a weird way home. And I always thought that was so cool. Like as a little kid hearing that, like I'd be on a flip session, just this random kid on a flip session. And I'd hear Anthony be like, I'm going to take just a weird way home. And I always remember thinking like, damn, that's so cool. Like this dude's finding spots for like Louis Lopez and all these dudes. And I just remember being so inspired. And at the time he was skating with Dylan Reeder a lot because Dylan was just a lot younger. And I think he skated for Vans. Yeah, he did. And I remember being like, damn, he's showing Dylan like all these sick spots. Like, how is he finding them all? And I remember like, even during Zero, I was working a job. And after work, I'd drive around and like look for spots. And then like the weekend would come and I'd be like, I'm going to skate this thing. I have it, like it's ready to go. I don't know. Kind of dorky, but I feel like I always was on that tip.
No, that's what's
good.
all about.
You got to be vigilant and have your eyes peeled at all times.
Surveying the land and interacting with your environment.
And definitely encouraged to always, take different cuts to different paths to places than typical.
But also as you grow older, you can look at the same spot and start to mature and think about it in a different way to skate it, you know?
For sure, yeah.
But yeah, also Matt Tomasello, he was doing the Uber Eats and he was, doing that half, to just find new spots, because it would take him new places.
Make him drive places.
I actually recently skated a spot he found. It was in New Bedford. It was last year. I was watching his video. He has video parts. He has a lot of video parts. And when I went to Boston to skate, I like the way you guys skate and the stuff that you guys skate. So I found one of his old parts and I was like, whoa, where's this rainbow rail? And they're like, it's in New Bedford. It's pretty far away. And like, it's at an old factory. You'll have to do like a lot of work to skate it. And I was like, fuck man, this thing's sick. So we like went there and we did a lot of work and we skated it, but it was cool. It was like definitely inspired by, I'm pretty sure watching one of your guys' old videos.
Yeah, maybe it could have been in maybe one of his old 1031 videos, but I would have to see the clip. But I mean, I know that's crazy that you didn't hit us up when you were in Boston. Oh my God, that is a wild story. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, from now on, I will.
Yeah, no, that's good. I know.
That's good.
I know. It took that breaking of the ice, me coming out to LA, It makes sense that you
that was cool.
Yeah, it makes sense that you're skating with Spanky a lot now because Spanky's in a similar boat, graduating to the spotsman sort of creative guy that he is now. Not that he wasn't creative before, but you know what I'm saying. Classic Hucker.
I mean,
mature.
Also, skating's insane right now. It's like if I had to skate how other people skated, I don't think I would. I don't think I could be a sponsored skater. It'd be purely just for fun. To be able to hang with the stuff people are doing, it's nuts.
Yeah, that is true.
But then I don't even know if I honestly always liked that. I feel like I always liked kind of like what the other, I don't know. I liked Rat Race part when I was a kid. I liked Garrett Hill because his clothes were weird. I don't know. I feel like I always gravitated toward weirder. I mean, and I'm also from Southern California, so the videos that I grew up watching were different than what you guys grew up watching.
Oh no, we still grew up watching those videos, but we appreciated them for something that was kind of way out of our realm,
right? And kind of like less relatable than other. Like we said, we like a lot of the blueprint videos and stuff like that were a little bit more accessible to us because those spots are more similar to the ones that we have, you know.
But like you said, growing up in Southern California, it's like when we went to Ceres, and you got kids who can't even kickflip on flat, but they're trying to huck it down the stair step.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different mentality.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago too.
Or like another crazy one is like a lot of kids are like really, really good, but when you watch them push or something or like mess around, it doesn't like look right. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like that doesn't look correct because I don't know.
Yeah.
All my friends kind of, I don't know, my generation, like we didn't have street league skate parks yet or crazy skate parks for like a little bit at least. So like we grew up as street skaters kind of. So I feel like a lot of my friends that aren't sponsored or don't really skate anymore are kind of like, they're like characters or something. They have unique style and they dress different. I don't know. It's pretty trippy.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, the Garrett Hill, half red, half black Joker pants, Jester pants.
Yeah, those were sick.
Yeah. Has anyone ever, commented to you when you were wearing the all white? Did they say to you, "Oh, he thinks he Kirchart. Oh, now he think he Kirchart."
Yeah, all the time actually. A couple people would do it, but yeah, I mean, fuck, I'll take that compliment. That's a sick one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody judges everything, so it's like, I don't know. I can't really let it mess with you that much, but like I was super hyped on, there's like people in movies that were all white. David Bowie were all white. I don't know. I was just hyped on a lot of things. And like, I was hyped on Heath Kirchart too, for sure. But those are all definitely factors. Jamie Thomas were all white and Dying to Live.
Yeah. Corey Duffel were all white.
Yeah, he looked like Smart Boy Alex in Clockwork in that clip that you're talking about, where he like bows his hat and he has like the black thing around his eye. I don't know. It's just inspired by a bunch of different things.
I know. I love you. Like I mentioned, I loved your passion for cinema,
Thanks. Yeah. Sometimes I wish I knew more, but I don't know. I try to learn more things about it. Like so many people know everything about every movie. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too much. You don't need to know that much.
Might be a little too much. I heard that I think Quentin Tarantino came out with a book, and it's pretty much just him talking about movies that he loves.
Aren't the movies really random?
Yeah, they're like mainly like all movies from the 70s that people haven't heard of.
Apparently, Quentin has like a screenplay written for a standalone Bond film that takes place after On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and also a screenplay for a fucking Star Trek movie, which I'm very interested in. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. I didn't know about that. See, you guys know a lot.
Yeah, a lot of trivial stuff, I suppose.
We know a little bit, about a little bit.
We know a lot about a little about a lot. That's what I meant.
That's weird though. It's like,
I can't even think of what that's comparable to. It's like if David Lynch was like, all right, I'm going to make a new Star Wars movie or something.
Right.
Well, I guess he made Dune.
Well,
but
I'll compare it to this, which
That Dune's sick.
Yeah, that Dune is sick. That is correct.
No one likes that Dune.
yeah.
But I feel like
He
it's
didn't even
it's
like
like
it.
a cult classic.
Yeah, it did. It
He
did
didn't even
kind of
like
turn.
it. He put the fake name on the director. You know about that?
No.
There's like a fake name that people in Hollywood use when they direct movies and they're bummed on.
Right.
And he used a fake name. Like if you look it up right now.
Yeah, it's like they're like a specific name that everyone uses as like if they're like don't want their name tied with the project.
I should use that.
Yeah,
for
I think it starts. I feel like it starts with an A. I don't remember. I feel like I saw.
I think
it the
you're
other
right.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look into that. I'll use that for the new Fanslife video.
Oh hell yeah.
Is Clockwork Orange your favorite Kubrick film?
I mean, I liked it a lot when I was a kid, and then in high school we read the book, and I remember I don't really read that much, but I don't really read, but I remember thinking like the book was really gnarly, and I remember there was stuff left out that I was just like, whoa, I've been told that books are gnarlier than movies, and this is like a pretty good example of that. But I think my favorite one is, I think just Full Metal Jacket for some reason. The lighting and the vibe of that movie. And I'm also not the biggest like war movie guy, but for some reason that one, just of how intense it is and the acting it's crazy. They're all really crazy.
And the first half of that movie.
Right.
I mean, I was telling my boss because he was I recommended American Psycho to him. And so he was trying to have me compile a top 5 psychological movies for him because of how much American Psycho blew his mind. And I told him the same thing about Full Metal Jacket. I said, I don't like war movies at all, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, it's not there's a difference between that's not a war movie that glorifies war, which a lot of war movies are, it's like a big hero story. So if it's something that has like a slightly more, realistic, or not necessarily realistic, but a different viewpoint like that,
I haven't seen really many except for like that and like Saving Ryan's Privates.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
That traumatized me as a kid, that movie.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the theaters when I was a kid. Yeah. That opening scene.
It's shocking.
It was
Yeah, it's
fucked.
shocking.
But you were in that.
Imagine having to do that, but we get to skate and be on this podcast instead of going to war.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I think about that every fucking day.
And I don't know about you, Tom, but BIGZO, you and I, we've aged out of the draft age. We're good to go.
Yeah, I know.
I think I'm good too.
Yeah, if you're over 35, you're good.
Oh no, I'm almost there.
Oh shit.
I was really worried about that when I was in high school, and they were all like, George W. is going to have a draft.
Dude, I was
I was like, Dick and Bush are going to draft me? Fucking.
There was a recruiter that used to come to John Tweak's house all the time, and he'd be like, oh, you guys like skateboarding? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, you could do that in the Army. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, you could bring your skateboards. You'd have free time. And I was like, but we could just not do that and then skate whenever.
Yeah, but
and
the
he's
best
like,
way
damn it, you got me.
Best way to learn them buttery trays is in between blasting a fellow with your AK-47.
Yeah. But then there was that Thrasher thing, those people skating, was that Saddam's Palace?
I don't remember that.
Support
That's
your local
gnarly,
troops. I'm glad they're there, so I'm not getting drafted,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the video of Bush getting a shoe thrown at him.
Oh, dude, and he dodges both of them. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
you got to get credit where credit's due. The man can dodge a shoe.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, dude, we'll have to pull it up at some point. It's fantastic.
Did anyone splice it with that Austin Powers clip?
Who throws a shoe?
No, that'd be good.
I mean, really?
Probably.
I don't remember much except for, fool or can't get fooled again. Classic quote.
Classic.
How's it acting in the Weekend sketches? You were in the American Psycho parody, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
that's
I'm sure you've
my-
been in a bunch of them.
That's, I mean, kind of. That's my first one. It was funny because before I got on, I feel like it was a joke. Like people would be saying like, "Oh, he's good at skating, but like, can he act?" Like I always thought that was kind of funny. Like, "Oh, can he act? Like to get on, you have to be able to act." I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh my god." That was really scary. I'm not a good actor, but I feel like Gordo is really good at Jordan Taylor's really good at acting, and he kind of coached me. And Grant's insane. So I feel like those dudes kind of just coached me.
Mm.
But I haven't done a big acting thing since that one. I feel like it's coming soon.
How is he insane?
Hell yeah.
I've never met him, the fella.
Grant's
Yeah.
just like very, I don't use this word lightly, but I feel like with movies and editing and like making things awesome and relatable, he's like a genius at it. Like he can he can just like get the funniest thing out of people somehow, and he knows how to show it, whether it's those skits or in your video part. He's just so good at it. It's like magical watching it.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
I don't know. He's just really talented at doing things like that.
Yeah. No, I love him. I love that new one with the, the whole skate industry that was in it, for,
Yeah, that was crazy. Can't believe Grant did that.
yeah. I didn't know that was for Rollerblade collab.
Yeah, there's this that's another crazy thing is like growing up there's this suburb of Orange County, Santa Ana, and I lived there till I was about like 13. And growing up, there's like the local skate park is Santa Ana Skate Park, and that's where Figgy grew up skating. Just a lot of skaters like Frankie Villani, Figgy. So going there as a kid in like the early 2000s, there would be so many rollerbladers, and I remember specific rollerbladers, and I'm always like, oh, I wonder what happened to those people. I'm like pretty nostalgic, I feel like. So I every time I go to the skate park, I'm like, I wonder what happened to those people. And one of the guys that owns them skates that did the collab with Weekend was like one of the guys from the skate park. So I remember tripping like, dude, it's the guy from the skate park, like when I was a kid. But he owns like a rollerblade company and he's like killing it. And now we're doing like a collab with him. It was really trippy.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, that skate park rollerblading was like alive and well and like thriving in the early 2000s. Maybe it was at your guys' parks too, but in Orange County, it was like crazy.
oh no, no one even skates the skate parks besides that one big one under the bridge in Boston. I mean, every time I go to the parks, in the suburbs at least, every time I go to the parks, everybody's over 30 years old who's skating. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, like no kids skate over here in the
Yeah,
burbs,
maybe that just might be an Orange County thing. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like even in the burbs when we were growing up, when a skate park would open somewhere like a new park outside, it would be popular for like the first 3 months. And then that was it. There wouldn't be like a bunch of people there ever again, essentially.
Yeah. But
That's crazy.
back to that skit, I love the idea of that skit, bringing all the actual skate, culture into one storyline. I always thought would have been a great idea having a movie like Grind, but doing it with the legitimacy of that skit. So I think Grant should make a full length feature, and you get each crew, and when they have to be kind of a road movie like Grind, and you get each crew, in a different scene. So why doesn't he make a full length film? Is my question for skateboarding. Be so into this film.
Full length film
thing.
for skateboarding. I don't know.
Does he need a Kickstarter or something?
Sorry, my dog's about to eat. He's gonna freak out. He screams when it's dinner time.
Hell yeah.
I think Grant, I mean, he like loves street skating and he loves Weekend, and I feel like he wants to put his energy into that. I feel like if he became a director or something, he would never be able to skate. That's probably like the main reason he's such a skate rat.
Yeah. It's more of a
That's got to
full-time
be
job.
it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he already does a lot. It's like it's pretty much damn near like a clothing company too. So he's getting like pants done, shirts, graphics, on top of being like the filmer, the editor, and then he picks up people and he takes them skating when they're in town. It's like a really crazy job that he has. Like I give Grant a lot of respect.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, TM. It's like he has like 10 jobs. So if he became a director, we would never see him again.
Yeah, that's true. And then it would hurt the
And
cause.
he'd probably get all cocky and all Hollywood on us.
Yeah, piece of
He'd
shit.
forget about it.
Yeah,
How dare he?
then he would only go bowling with Spike Jonze, and you'd never see him again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would never see him again. That's the last we heard of Grant.
And Jeff Tremaine
and Moby.
Moby skates.
I think Moby's friends with Spike Jonze.
Jeff Tremaine's sick.
Yeah.
I would always see his name at the end of every Jackass.
Oh yeah, he's kind of the big director of the whole thing.
Yeah, I always just like that guy for some reason, like bringing Jackass into our lives.
I know. Well,
I don't know anything about him though.
Yeah, we've always been Big Brother fans, so as an extension from that, a lot of respect goes to Jeff Tremaine. A lot of love. Did you skate for a company? You didn't skate for Weekend immediately after Zero, did you?
No, I skated for after Zero. I mean, a lot of things led up to quitting Zero, but like after Zero, my friend Ryan Allen that shot photos for Gravis and Analog, that's who I was getting shoes and clothes from. That went out of business. Burton just dropped both those companies, but he was skating with Austin Gillette and Dylan a lot. And I remember Ryan being like, dude, you should skate for Girl or 3D, which was Brian Anderson's company. And I'm like, dude, I love those companies, but I don't know like anybody I could talk to. I don't know. I just skate for Zero. I didn't know that would be an option. So he would kind of talk to Austin about it. And I had this like little Thunder part come out, Thunder Trucks. And Austin was hyped on that. And then like, he's just like, dude, is Tom really down? Whatever. And then Rattray, the crazy one too, is like Rattray slowly worked for New Balance in the beginning and stopped being a pro skater for Zero. It was like really gradual and kind of unannounced. And I remember he went to Zoomies 100K and Brad Staba and Brian Anderson owned 3D like together.
Yeah.
And Rattray would talk to Brad and be like, yo, give Tom a shot. Like, you guys need an AM, like whatever, Tom. And then at the same time, my friend Matt went to school in Berkeley, and he's like one of my best friends, and he films me. And now he works for Thrasher. For the last like 7 or 8 years, he's worked for Thrasher. But at the time, he was going to school at Berkeley, and Brad lives in Berkeley. So I would kind of go up there, and I got to kind of know Brad. And I remember riding Zero boards, and Brad's like, yo, come to the warehouse. And Brad kind of helped Brian with everything at that time. And Brad's like, here, take these boards. And he gave me 3D boards. And I was like, whoa, this is gnarly. And I remember just being so hyped on the graphics. And then Brad told Brian about me. And then Brian, out of nowhere one day, like called me and he's like, I want you to come to New York. I want to meet you and like skate with you. So that's kind of how that went down. So I skated for 3D. And then that was all really sick. And Brian was doing all the graphics. His artwork is like really crazy. I'm sure you guys already have seen it before or know about it, but he's a really talented artist. And I was just so hyped skating boards that he drew. And I remember like, just like, cool, this is like my thing. I love this, like being on a team with Brian. Austin had 2 knee surgeries at that time, so I didn't see him that much. So it was kind of just me and Brian. And then I went to China on a my life sounds crazy right now, like in this one period of time, but I went to China on a trip to film for a couple of different videos. I went to Hong Kong, and then I went to these small cities in China. And I remember being in these small cities in China, and Brian sent me a text like in the middle of the night. And he's like, hey, I can't handle like all the things to do with the small business. I just can't do 3D anymore. I'm sorry. And he's like, I know you're in China and it's like 3 a.m. there, but like call me when you get this. And I remember just like waking up and being like, oh fuck. And like walking through China, like in the middle of the night, like, oh my God, 3D is done. I'm like, what am I going to do? Cause this was like what I thought the sickest thing was. And then I remember like coming back home and Brad called me and he's like, dude, just skate for Skate Mental. Like we all love you. It's like, I run Skate Mental. It's like how I gave you stuff for 3D. It's like the same thing. And then I really like love Dan Plunkett. So, and Karsten was on at the time. So I was just like, all right, cool. I'm super down if everyone's down. And they all sent me like a little welcome to the team text. And I was like, damn, this is sick. So I feel like that one happened. It was 0 3D Skate Mental. But I feel like now later on in life, sorry, I just talked so long, but now later on in life, it almost feels like 3D and Skate Mental were like the same thing. Like the more I think about it in a weird way.
Well, that's good that Skate Mental was there to, pick up the pieces, because quitting 0 and then going skating for a company that immediately decides to go out of business, you might have felt hoisted by your own petard or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
How did the chef take the news when you told him that you called him and you said, Jamie, I love you. But
yeah, he was bummed. I feel like he felt it coming. I could just tell in his voice, and he's like, just don't quit yet. Like, give me like a little bit. Like, I'm restructuring, doing these things. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I can't. Like, I haven't been hyped on the boards and a couple other things in a while. It was really hard, especially it's like Jamie Thomas. He's like a legend to me and everybody. And he made my favorite Toy Machine videos. Like he edited and filmed those. Like it's Jamie Thomas.
I mean, Welcome to Hell. Come on. Greatest video of all time.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it was kind of like, dude, you're a dumbass for talking to Jamie like this. But then I don't know. I think when you are in skating as like a job, things just become a little different sometimes. Like I'll always be a fan of Jamie and I'll always respect him and I love him. And we're like friends, me and Jamie and Brad and Brian, I'm still friends with everybody. I feel like I try to quit in the most respectful way. But yeah, he handled it okay. Brad also handled it okay. He told me something really nice where I was just like, damn, that's really like mature. He was like, maybe being with your friends at weekend, that'll be like the best move you made and you'll have the most fun doing that. And I was just like, damn, that's like really cool of him. It's like that was, I felt like a pretty mature way.
Is Skate Mental still a brand?
It is. It actually has a really, really crazy team, but I feel like they just don't maybe do ads and they don't really have too many videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen their boards around in a minute.
The team is crazy. Eric Costin, Curran Caples, Jake Anderson. Everyone's so gnarly.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, big fan of Brad Staba. And loved his duty now for the future part. And obviously Brian Anderson, fucking legend. What does Brian do now, if you don't mind me asking?
He skates for Antihero.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have no clue. I'm new to this whole skateboarding thing. I'm he skates for
Antihero. I feel like he always, in my head, he always should have skated for Antihero. He fits so perfectly. He's like the perfect Antihero rider.
You think? But he doesn't, shred the bowls and eat rebar for breakfast. Yeah, I guess he can.
I think it's just his like stare and his vibe. Like that's what I think of Antihero is like badass, like old badass dude. Just
some old badass dudes. They had a pretty sick new video though. I did see that one. I forget what it was called. Something along Fantastic Voyage, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Nick Matthews is in that video. I'm so hyped for him.
But we're actually coming pretty close on the first break here. But we've just scratched the surface. We got a whole second half to go, Tom. We're just getting warmed up.
Sick.
We're just warming up.
I'm a little nervous.
Are you? I mean, I feel like
Just talking to people on the phone and FaceTiming makes me nervous. That's why I'm drawing.
well, you say you don't know that much about movies, but you seem to know an awful lot about skating. You'd be surprised that the people that we have on here who don't know a damn thing about skating, they've dedicated their entire lives to skating. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
what is
my dude? This is just also a forewarning. You only have about 45 minutes to finish your beautiful pictures of me and Tom.
It's getting close.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
All right. So who knows? Maybe we'll, maybe if you're lucky, maybe we'll run it as a Fancy Lad Podcast T-shirt or something.
Oh, maybe. Who knows?
Oh my God!
You'll see some of those sweet residuals.
Yeah. But yeah, we are gonna have to take a quick break.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom, stick around. Don't go anywhere.
All right. I'm not.
We'll talk to you real soon and send you another link.
Okay. Cool. Wait, are these live?
No.
Okay.
No, so you can say anything you want and we'll edit it out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have much to say.
I mean,
sorry if I ramble on though about little stories like that.
No, we're here to no, that's exactly what we're having you on for.
Yeah.
They're still here?
What the?
They didn't go to use the 20% off promo code yet?
Are you serious? You haven't used it yet?
What are you doing? 20% off anything on the site.
It's a pretty easy fucking promo code to remember. It's podcast.
Podcast, like the thing you're listening or watching.
All you gotta do is go to fancyladskateboards.com, select 5 to 10 products,
any of them,
check out, and use the promo code podcast, and you're gonna be saving 20% off your entire order.
That's a good deal. I'm gonna go do that right now.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh, we are back, and that was a fantastic obligatory Zoom break.
It's true. And it got me thinking.
Oh,
I just wanted to crack into that Clown Shoes real quick.
Oh, you had a Clown Shoes brand beer there.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious. What kind is that?
It's a sour ale.
Oh, sour.
Yeah.
That's why you're making that sour face.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it looked like you just ate a pack of Warheads.
Oh, God, I love them. I also did that as well.
Dude, Warheads are actually fucking awesome. I do like those.
But Tom, let's get back. Oh, not to confuse you. Which Tom am I talking about? Am I right?
I don't know. Neither Tom and I both don't know.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll explain a little more.
Thank you.
I was actually talking to you. I was saying, let's get back to our podcast with Tom.
Oh, with the other Tom. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, the Tom I was telling you about that can, he can do things with poles that you can't even dream of.
That's true.
He pole jams any vertical pole. It's insane.
You know how much I've been dreaming about poles.
I know. That one pole jam, I think it was in your Enter the Museum part, the pole jam to 50, where you had to go under the kink. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's like the bottom of a rail to a ledge.
Exactly.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that was random. My friend gave me that idea. That wasn't even my idea.
It was sick, though.
Yeah.
So you had a friend Spielberg in your ass.
Yeah, I love when that happens.
Dude,
it doesn't happen enough.
It's always nice.
Yeah, the pole jam to 50, the blunt railie, the blunt duck under the rail. This guy's got
thank you.
He's got a large repertoire under him, under his belt. A lot of notable MBDs.
NBDs.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, enough about skating.
I know. I was going to say, let's get
now why we're here. Let's get down to brass tacks.
What we're actually came here to talk about.
Okay. So what are you thinking? Halloween Ends or Violent Night?
Well, whichever. I mean, I did not see Halloween Ends.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Yeah. So Tom, what did you think of Halloween Ends?
So bummed on it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I've heard from everyone.
I mean, it was absolutely
the
worst in the series.
But
did you new series?
Did you expect it to be good? or was it? I mean, because the other
It's
ones
really
aren't
weird
really good.
I know, but for some reason, like 2018 Halloween has its moments where, like the guy, I think the actor is James Jude Courtney. He like walks perfectly. He has the vibe. It's like the movie's more about a vibe than even the movie. It's like you just want the vibe of Halloween 1978, but you want it like today.
Yeah.
So that vibe, I feel like that vibe is very hard to achieve. And like people, it's like how back when we were younger, no one used CGI or it was very lightly used.
Right.
It's like there's little things like that where it's like you want vibes of things to be correctly. It's like it's almost like I'm not even looking for the story in those kinds of movies. It's almost like I'm looking for a vibe. Like I want to be like scared by his walk. I want to be scared by like where he's not, where you think he is. And I feel like in 2018 they do a really good job of placing him in the same places that like John Carpenter would have placed him. Just little things like that. And then I feel like in Kills, it's almost like a fun movie because it's literally Halloween Kills. You're like looking at these kills. And the mob mentality part of it was really bad, like in that one. I just feel like, and in the time that they made that too, with like BLM and all this shit going on in the world that is fucked. I feel like it didn't like translate well. So, and then you're thinking like, okay, cool. Like they kind of had the vibe in 2018 down. Like they'll bring it for the last one because it's Jamie Lee Curtis. She's saying, oh, this is my last movie in the Halloween franchise. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're going to give her like an insanely epic ending. And you're thinking like, oh, like at this point, Michael Myers is like, he's not human. He's kind of like he's more than a human. He's like this thing. He's this shape. And you're like, okay, it's going to be like supernatural. But then the dude's fucking in a cave like the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like that pissed me off. And then you have like a killer that's supposed to be like an imitation of him. And there are times where like John Carpenter's Christine's like a big influence in that movie. And you see it like in the junkyard scenes. And I'm like, okay, that part's like kind of cool. But then the ending is just like trash.
Yeah, I don't know why.
At the same time, you're going to let down anybody. Like, I'm sure even if they did it correctly, people would have hated it.
Yeah, probably because it's the last one. But it was just weird that they decided, because 2018, that was the best depiction of Michael Myers since Halloween 2. Not the Rob Zombie
Halloween
version.
2 is so good.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying, I think that they just tried to go in a different direction just because the Halloween franchise can get a bit repetitive. Like there's not that much, like Nightmare on Elm Street, you can really, go pretty crazy with it, but you can't do that with Halloween. So they tried to kind of reinvent it for the last one ever, which doesn't make with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, let's try something new here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even talk about it. Like kids would DM me or my friends would try to talk to me about it. And I'd be like, I can't talk about this movie. Like I need some time. It like just died. I'm over it.
and there were some ridiculous soundtrack choices in it too. The whole thing was pretty sloppy. You should check it out.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it. If I'd known we were going to be talking about it, you better believe I would have watched it.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting. I want to watch it I don't want to watch it by myself. It's too scary. I've been waiting for John or Mark to be around so they can hold my hand.
Yeah, I'm not like the diehard Halloween fan like Tony is.
Right.
I like watching it though with Tony because he can point out all the fanfare that's going on the entire time.
Mm-hmm. He's like your little VH1 pop-up video guy. Did you
actually know? That part is a homage to the first one because the scene. Do you pick up on all that? All that stuff?
I do, yeah. There's so many in that. There's so many in all of them. But I feel like not in all movies, but in those movies, I pick up on them because I'm like, I think Halloween 78 is like one of the first scary movies I saw, and I was like traumatized by Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So I feel like as I got older, I just watched it more. Like, dude, this is awesome. And then like learning, like, dude, it's filmed in Pasadena. John Carpenter went to school at like USC. Just like learning all these things, like, oh wait, he lives in LA. Like, it just made me more like yeah, I don't know. I just loved the movie more and more as I got older.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
Like little things like how
Like-
they're watching the thing in the new one.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
watch a thing in both of them. It's like so
Yeah.
crazy. Like that's such a cool little detail. Or the masks from Season of the Witch #3.
Yeah. That was in Halloween Kills, right?
Yeah, and in Ends for a second.
So that's kind of weird, though. So if they're watching the thing, right? So that means John Carpenter exists in that universe.
Whoa, yeah, he does.
So then is John Carpenter also making Halloween movies in this universe? It's just weird. You get into that.
Mm.
That is pretty trippy.
Like, I mean, if in Back to the Future, well, I mean, I guess in Back to the Future, they do have they have the Jaws 3D, right? That's
Yeah, they do.
Does Zemeckis have anything to do with that, though? Well, this isn't the Back to the Future podcast, although it really should be.
It really should be. Tom would have a lot to say about the Back to the Future.
Oh, man, if
podcast.
this was Back to the Future ends, oh, baby.
Mhm.
I would have a lot to
I
add.
love Back to the Future.
There it is. See, Tom Club coming in hot.
So is that? I mean, besides Back to the Future, what's your favorite Christopher Lloyd movie?
I mean, besides Back to the
Dennis
Future,
the Menace, he plays the bad guy.
oh, Dennis the Menace is
Love
good.
that
I was
one.
going to say Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Also really good.
Another
Wow.
another Zemeckis joint.
Yeah, God, I love
I
those.
love
Zemeckis
how it's
joints.
just Zemeckis joint.
Yeah.
That'd be so good.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't catch on with anyone besides Spike Lee.
Yeah, right. He was like the other. He's like, I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, Zemeckis. No, yeah, it's good to know that you thought that Halloween Ends was also a huge, stinky, hot, steaming pile of dog shit.
I'm more interested to see it now.
You should be.
Now that I hear
feel
that it's
like-
actually like pissing people off.
I feel like I read that there was like a petition somewhere online to remake it. Like
Of course there is.
The people, and I'm like, damn, is this like the first petition I'm about to sign?
Yeah,
That's it's like the fucking that's what happens when they gave everyone what they want. They were like, oh, we'll give you the Zack Snyder cut, and now they're just gonna have to release and do everything that all the fans want forever.
at the end of
Funny, I like that. I like that cut better too, randomly.
What
Even
the
though
Schneider
it's really long.
the Schneider cut?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was. Oh no, it would made the story way better. I just watched it in like the 4 segments that it was cut into. I feel like if
Yeah.
they'd just done it like a mini series like that or something, it would have been fucking awesome. But
This is crazy. I feel like, I swear, any Marvel movie they're such good airplane movies for some reason,
Mhm.
maybe because they're long, but I feel like it's really fun to like, when you're stuck on an airplane, to watch a Marvel movie. Like if there's a Marvel movie I haven't seen and I'm on an airplane, I'm like, well, I'm watching this one.
yeah, they're fun. The Marvel movies are fun little ones. DC hasn't really found a way to make good fun movies in a while, unfortunately.
I don't
but-
think I've seen any Marvel movies. What was the Schneider cut?
Well, Schneider Cut's a DC. Schneider Cut's
Justice League.
Justice League. Yeah.
And Rob Schneider's the main character.
Yeah, and there's
wish.
the big petition for them to add Rob Schneider, CGI his face in over everyone else.
See, that would be the first petition I sign.
See that is sick.
Where's he been?
Rob Schneider is everyone else.
He just our friend Yell Exit Scribbler just saw Adam Sandler perform near Fenway, and Rob Schneider opened for him. So apparently he's touring with Sandler, and Sam said that he was better than Sandler.
The Sandman.
Yeah, better than the Sandman himself.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like all those movies that we probably grew up on, they would never get made today. It's like just the times have changed too much, you know?
Oh yeah, you don't think they would make I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry nowadays?
I mean, it'd be different.
They would be
not even
different.
like the bang. That's not even like the banger I'm talking about, I guess. It's like those old.
I've
those
never seen
old
that
happy-
movie.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like
I
those
don't think.
old movies.
Yeah, I don't think people consider
Shallow
that one a
Hal.
banger.
Yeah, like Shallow
Yeah.
Hal. They would never make
Oh
Shallow
my gosh.
Hal. It's so
Shallow
fun.
Hal is fucking
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Jason Alexander has that little tail. They would never show that these
They would
days.
never show that little tail.
They would never
Jason
show that
Alexander
little
with
stub.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would
Yeah.
never show that.
Should I do you guys with some markers too, or just black and white?
Artist choice. You know, this is.
Yeah, you're the artist
Yeah.
here. We're
Yeah.
merely the subjects.
We're just journalists here. You're
Mhm.
you're the true artist that we're speaking to. We're trying to delve into your psyche.
Yeah.
That was a Farrelly Brothers movie, though, right? Shall Hell?
Yeah. Right. I think so.
Yeah.
Are you guys sponsored by that beer company that you shouted out?
Yeah,
Oh, Clown Shoes?
Clown Shoes.
Clown Shoes.
Yeah, Clown Shoes.
Got it right here.
We're on we have there's a Clown Shoes Fancy Lad beer.
Yeah, and it's actually getting a world U.S. distribution. Not world. I don't know if it's worldwide, but
You'll be in Whole Foods?
National. If they sell it at Whole Foods, yeah, it's going to be in the mix pack of Clown Shoes. You'll see the Fancy Lad brand beer in there.
And you'll see BIGZO and me right on the can.
That's sick.
I actually saw some Clown Shoes when I was in Pasadena, so you're going to have to keep an eye out for that.
So it's around.
Yeah, go look for a store locator or something like that.
Well, are you kidding, or do they really come in clown shoes?
They
No. They don't come in clown shoes.
No one's coming in clown shoes, if that's what you're insinuating. No one is coming in them.
Well, it depends how much money's involved. But
yeah, it's true. No, the brand's just called Clown Shoes.
Okay.
Which is a movie reference, actually.
Clown Shoes.
To Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Weird. I think I remember you telling me that at some point, and
Yeah.
I feel like my reaction then was also weird. That's a weird movie.
When Ben Affleck's reading the comments on the internet, and he goes, "Fucking clown shoes."
Do you guys have carpet in this house?
In the studio? Yeah,
Yeah.
we got one.
Oh,
We got one carpet here.
I'm trying to draw the ground.
It's actually hot lava.
Yeah.
Oh shit. This will work still.
That's kind of fucked.
But yeah, how did you enjoy Violent Night?
Sickiest Christmas movie?
Dude.
Yeah.
like 9 out of 10. It's epic.
I fucking loved it. I thought it was such a blast. Yeah, it was so fun.
My friend Eddie, that I don't skate with that much anymore because he's become a dad. So we just do like fun stuff together. That's not skating. But we went to the movies at like 10 p.m. and it was like 3 days before Christmas. And we just saw Violent Night together and we were the only people in the theater. It was epic.
Yeah, I love it as part of the Christmas genre. I'm a big fan of Christmas genre movies.
I have a theory. They're gonna, that style of movie. It's like, well, I don't even know. It almost digs into like the 90s stuff that we're kind of talking about. But I feel like the way that movie's made, that same company, they're probably gonna make like a Tooth Fairy one, an Easter Rabbit one. Like I could picture that being like a thing now. Like from now on, there'll be those movies.
Dude, I'd be down. Same thing. Like Easter Bunny's here, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's a home invasion."
I mean,
gotta take care of it.
It's like The Rock or something now. He's like the Easter Bunny.
Well, Rock played the Tooth Fairy in that Disney movie.
I was going to say, I don't think there's enough movies featuring the Easter Bunny, actually.
The Easter Bunny is famously in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Mm-hmm. It's in Donnie Darko.
Mm-hmm.
And in Harvey,
True.
starring Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
Damn, you called out some bunnies pretty quickly.
And that's not even the good bunnies. We didn't even mention Lola Bunny, or was it Lola Bunny?
That's true.
Jessica Rabbit, who's not a bunny, but
now we're getting into some good bunnies, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's like a babe.
Yeah. Okay, he gets it.
Okay, he fucking gets it. This guy gets it. Man. So Violent Night, I liked it. I
was thinking it was probably the most violent Christmas movie I've seen.
Yeah, because up until then, probably
Krampus.
Home Alone, was probably the most violent.
That's what I was thinking.
Although, I didn't see Krampus.
I
wanted to see
either.
Krampus.
Although the Krampus motherfucker actually looked like you in Violent Night.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah.
You mean the guy that was like the short elf guy?
Yeah, you could have played that role.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why'd they get this motherfucker? They could have got me. Sure, I'm not as good looking as him, but damn.
I was thinking that Home Alone was the most, especially Home Alone 2 was probably the most violent Christmas movie until this, with the bricks in the face, the nails in the face.
Yeah, and I love how I feel like this is something everyone's probably talked about. How in in Home Alone and Home Alone 2, those booby traps are like, a lot of them are pretty fucking lethal.
Yeah,
and I love how they, dude, they were so fucking good in this.
Yeah,
that little girl killed a dude, and they never even addressed that.
Right,
pretty fucking sick.
You ever see Dial Code Santa Claus, Tom?
No, I haven't. No, is that one I should check out?
It's like what people think Home Alone ripped off. It's this
it's a French film from like 3 years before Home Alone.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but check it out. It's really good, actually.
Like, do I wait a year to watch a Christmas movie, or do I just do it for the New Year?
Yeah, I think it's the kid's fucking up the Santa though, right? It's not like burglars. He's just fucking beating on Santa Claus.
I can't remember. Is it just a deranged?
Oh, it's a bad Santa.
Yeah, I don't think it's the real Santa.
It's not
like
a real
this
Santa.
movie.
It's a bad Santa.
Yeah, it's a bad Santa. Kind of like the movie Bad Santa.
Mhm.
But I guess
Dude,
we'll
I think the sickest Christmas Vacation is the sickest Christmas movie.
that's definitely probably the most rewatched one on my list.
I was thinking about watching Fletch.
But have you seen Christmas Vacation 2?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, it's where Randy Quaid goes on a vacation. I actually haven't seen it either, but I hear it's
just Randy Quaid stars in it.
yeah, just him. Yeah, I hear it's
Dude, the best scene, like
terrible.
one of the best scenes in the movie ever, is when Sparky gets the Christmas bonus check and he has a meltdown.
Yeah,
That shit has me like I'll literally cry every time I watch that scene. I'm crying. I think, or like around Christmas, like I just forget how epic it is.
yeah. Do you think you like the Marvel movies more because the high altitude makes people cry? I don't know if you're crying during the Marvel movies. I've never watched one myself.
I've probably cried during a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did watch something where I got really emotional. Yeah, I forgot. It wasn't a Marvel movie. It might have been like, I don't remember, but I was just like, yeah, I've actually heard that. I think it's true.
I think it is true.
Oh, yeah, the altitude definitely fucks with your.
Because when I was watching Avatar and somebody looked next to me and they saw like one tear like fall from my eye and they were like pussy. I was like, this wouldn't be happening if we were on the flat ground, okay? It's just gotta be the altitude.
You never cry when you're down here on the flat Earth.
Yeah. But remind me more about Violent Night because my memory gets a little foggy until I've seen a movie twice.
All right, well, let's see. It starts off with Santa Claus at the bar, and then he pukes on that lady. That was pretty sick. That was a good way to find out Santa's real, I think.
Yeah.
Get fucking puked on.
Yeah, I
She was
think
pretty
that was really rad.
That was honestly when that happened. I was like, I think I'm gonna like this movie. I think I'm gonna like this,
I think so.
and I was right. But yeah, it was fucking good. It was. I feel like the dude the guy that played the dad was like a perfect like fake ass like Billy Crudup looking dude. He just looked like a Lifetime movie guy.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
That's that's something that in the moment I was like, yeah, that's the mom from Vacation. It is, right? Like I didn't look it up or anything.
Yeah, Beverly D'Angelo, I think her name is.
I don't know.
I was for some reason tripping on that. Like I was like, dude, that is epic. And John Leguizamo is so sick.
Yeah, I love Leguizamo.
For some reason, I have such a soft spot that he played the clown in that Spawn movie.
I know.
Oh, dude,
Like,
what about you? You love him as Luigi Mario?
The big fat clown.
I love him as Luigi as well.
Dude, hell yeah. And also
that Super Mario's movie is epic. It's so incorrect.
Oh yeah, dude. I know. It's like they didn't even do any research on what Mario was before they made it.
Kind of love that though, randomly.
Yeah, it was fucking great. I really enjoyed that when I was a youngster.
I'm a big Pest fan,
I know you are, and I hate that about you. I fucking hate that movie. The movie's so obnoxious.
I think that was the first time I ever heard of John Leguizamo too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's horrible. Yeah. What about Tu Wong Fu? Thanks for everything. Julie Newmar. You seen that?
He was in Son of Sam, right?
I'm not sure. I think so.
That was a Spike Lee joint.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
But, glad we all like Violent Night. This is just, trying to get as many people. We're just trying to spread as much Violent Night awareness as possible.
Tom, what do you think your favorite kill in Violent Night was?
For some reason, that I think, doesn't he put a grenade in someone's like crotch? Or no, he throws a grenade and then he's like, I gotta see this. And then he blows up. I feel like that blow up's pretty rad.
Yeah, he like shoved it down the guy's underwear. that was pretty fucking sick.
Pretty dope. Yeah, that was kind of like Rambo vibes, maybe. That's probably why I liked it. That was like Santa meets Rambo.
Yeah. The candy cane kills were kind of John Wick vibes.
Dude, the candy cane kills were
what's weird
sick.
too that I tripped out on is like the amount that movie's marketing was so. I didn't see any marketing for that movie.
Yeah, I think I just heard it because of you, Tom.
Yeah, I don't even know where I saw anything for it, but I just like found it and I just like kept telling everyone. I was like, dude, you gotta watch this. It looks good.
Interesting fact, though. Tom and I came up with a character on the podcast called Pancake Man.
Yep.
And he's a little pancake man that sleeps in between your mattress.
Yeah, he's squished. He's flat like a pancake.
And he knows when you're jerking off.
Oh,
Kind of like Santa Claus.
Pretty much just like Santa Claus.
Kind of like Santa Claus.
But all he's concerned about is when you are not jerking off.
Yeah. And they decided to make a major motion picture out of our character, Pancake Man, that they're calling Pancake Man.
Yep.
And they're casting it right now for a horror slasher film, Pancake Man.
The hell? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
isn't that weird?
I don't know who we have to sue to get the lead roles in that movie.
There's one lead role. I say we sue him and say, hey, listen, you take this lead role, you split it into 3.
Yeah.
It's for me, Tom, and BIGZO.
Oh, so you want Tom to be in there too?
Oh yeah, we're gonna get Tom in there. He's got the acting chops.
He said he hates acting.
No, he said he doesn't think he's good at it.
Oh, do you hate acting?
I don't think I'm good at it.
There we go.
I don't think I'm good at it.
Okay,
perfect.
But
So he doesn't hate it.
I'm down to try.
that is good news.
That
You
is
guys
good
are
news.
done on here.
Oh, thank God.
That is good news because we were going to ask Tom to be casted in our new film. Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That is
Can you
way different than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's
see you
really
guys on the
good.
couch?
Dude, that's awesome.
It looks
And,
like
you know-
56K on my phone.
And we look so flattering too. You know,
I
love it.
have like Princess Leia buns.
You're not gonna like this one.
Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my god,
Wait,
I look
here's
like
my
such a
fridge.
beautiful man in it.
Yeah, let's see
All
those
my
stickers.
magnets.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
they're magnets. This one's sick. Look, cow tipping.
Oh, dude, that one
Make
is
a
sick. The cow
pancake
spins.
Make a Pancake Man magnet. Is that
You should.
is that real or are you guys kidding?
No, that's real. You can look it up. It's in pre-production right now.
Yeah, they're casting.
They're casting.
Currently
This is why-
casting.
You shouldn't tell anyone about ideas. You should just do them.
I know.
I know we keep giving up our fucking great ideas for free on the podcast, and someone keeps stealing them and making them into fucking motion pictures.
Now, to be fair, we
Mhm.
don't know if the character is exactly like the one that we came up with,
Well,
but
if it-
we're assuming it is.
If you name a character Pancake Man, you got to assume he lives between the mattresses and pays attention to when you are and when you are not masturbating.
I mean, and I also took a smushed. Have you seen the movie Mask by Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
By Jim
classic.
Carrey.
Yeah,
By Jim Carrey.
written, directed, produced, starring. It's his Citizen Kane, you know, The Mask. But I bought one of those green masks for Halloween, and I smushed it and took a photo of it and turned it red and put some hands reaching out on it, and I made it into a hoodie, and I called it the Pancake Man hoodie. So if it looks anything like that guy,
They're fucked.
like a smushed Jim Carrey mask from The Mask, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, we know the Pancake Man is wearing a mask from the picture that we saw.
Yep.
Although, maybe that's not Pancake Man because if they're casting, I don't know.
That could just be a dummy photo
Yeah,
that
dummy.
they just made.
This is what the guy's going to look like.
I picture him looking like we just watched Better Off Dead the other night, and there's the hamburger that's Van Halen, the John Cusack movie.
Yeah, I've only seen that once. He asked for $2, right?
$2. Yeah, the kid on the bike that throws the newspapers.
Yeah.
All I want was my $2. But yeah, there's a hamburger scene where it's like an animation of a hamburger playing Van Halen. That's what I picture Pancake Man looking like.
I'm going to have to watch that one again. That one's about suicide, right?
I mean, there's scenes about suicide that like wouldn't be chill today, but they're hilarious.
Yeah.
But he never
Yeah.
kills himself. He never kills himself.
That, you know,
Spoiler alert.
Heathers, I wonder if they would remake that.
Heathers is a TV show now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Because which I have not seen because.
Well, I guess they kind of remade it as Mean Girls. People say.
What?
They say it's
Who
very
says-
in a similar vein. I don't know.
Well,
I've heard
I get
that.
I
I
mean,
love
if
Mean
you're-
Girls.
Yeah, Mean Girls fucking is really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I don't really see the similarities. I mean, besides the fact that they're, kind of infiltrating the popular clique at, wherever. But
You seen that movie Pump Up the Volume starring Christian Slater,
I don't think so, no.
where he's a disc jockey?
No, I should check that out.
You should check that out. That's actually a really good one.
It's me, Christian Slater. I'm a disc jockey this time. See, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's me, Christian Slater.
That's pretty good.
I'm a disc jockey this time.
That's pretty good. Tom, what do you got?
I can't do his voice.
Oh, well, neither can we.
It helps if you say that it's me, Christian Slater, while you try to do the voice. Trust us.
And you either do a Grinch smile or pull your hair back.
Exactly.
Me, Christian Slater.
Dude, that's really good.
See, not bad.
Christian Slater. No, I can't do it.
No, you did it. You did it great.
Oh, man. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to say that was a segment of 7 Degrees of Christian Slater.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees of Christian Slater.
Yeah, damn right. It was a segment of 7 Degrees of Christian Slater.
Just to hear that sweet, sweet theme.
Yep. So yeah, Tom, I guess, I'm just wondering, you must have, being a big skate nerd, you must have a million questions for us,
I mean, I just trip out on like, I know it's not always you guys, but like, how do you guys, or who films the tricks that you guys do that seem like they take hours that are like impossible?
Well, I would say that I'm the main filmer.
Like, do you just sit there? But isn't a lot of stuff kind of seems like it's on a tripod sometimes?
Okay,
so if it's you're talking about stuff on Instagram that like is posts of like Matt doing stuff, or a lot of that stuff is filmed with just like a Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, because some of the stuff seems so just like you would sit there for hours and hours until one of them worked. It's almost like sometimes the skating is like those trick shots on like YouTube where it's like someone bounces a ping pong ball like off like 20 cups and then it goes into something. I feel like, the way that a lot of your friends skate seems like that. It's just like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, it's
a
heads or tails scenario.
Yeah,
it's
roll
a
of the die.
Fling and pray. But some might say we're in search of the miraculous because we are the strongest of the strange. In your face, Pontus Alv. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I thought you guys were, a long time ago, you guys had like a Jankum thing come out on the house that you all lived in.
Yeah.
And I thought you guys, for fun, I was like, dude, these guys are like the Lost Boys. Like, the vampires. I thought you guys were like vampires.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, that year I dressed up as, Kiefer Sutherland from Lost Boys with the white mullet and everything. And then Eric Ellington stole my look. And then he dressed up as Kiefer Sutherland from the Lost Boys and bought a saxophone and started playing that song with shirtless in front of a crowd of thousands.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you guys were vampires. I was so hyped on that. And then, dude, I've seen that.
We're actually liking
play before. Tim Capella.
I still believe.
Yeah, I've seen him play live.
Right?
Which we didn't get to ask Tom. What do you prefer, Gleaming the Cube or Thrashing?
Gleaming the Cube.
Dude, hell yeah.
Dude, everybody always says that, but it's not actually about skateboarding. Yeah. That's why I prefer Thrashing,
dude.
Dog.
Yeah, I feel like Gleaming the Cube's so epic. Just like, and they filmed it. Dude, the worst area of Orange County is Irvine. It's like where UCI is, and the school that they filmed Gleaming the Cube's Woodbridge High, which is in Irvine, and it looks the same still. And for some reason, that just trips me out. I think I like, and I know Thrashing's filmed around here too, but I feel like for some reason, filming a movie in Irvine and it shows Southern California in such like a funny way, and Tony Hawk's in it and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's just epic.
But Anthony Needix is in
that's true. Anthony Needix himself.
Yeah. In the Red Hot Chili Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I forget that too.
Well, Gleaming the Cube initially was about a chess master and not a skateboarder.
Oh,
Isn't
really?
that weird?
Wow.
Isn't that strange? And then they were like, hey, this movie's going to fucking suck. So they changed it.
Maybe it was too close. Maybe it was too close around the Bobby Fischer movie.
Oh, maybe. That's probably it.
Yeah.
That happened with The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy.
Mm.
And Big Trouble in Little China, they came out at the same time, the same week, but Eddie Murphy's a bigger actor than Kurt Russell at that time, so everybody saw Golden Child instead of Big Trouble. They literally came out on like the same Friday, I think.
That's a damn shame. Because Carpenter, real director.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen Golden Child? It is pretty sick.
I actually haven't seen that.
And one of the first scenes is in this schoolyard in LA where Christian Maloof fakey flips a table. It was like the same school. It's so sick.
I'm going to have to watch that one. Is Carpenter your favorite director?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or Christopher Nolan. It's like both of them. I think. Michael Mann.
Nolan's cool.
Oh, you like Michael
It's like
Mann?
those three. Yeah, it's like those three.
Michael Mann made what do you make? Thief and Manhunter?
And Heat.
And Heat, that's right.
Heat.
And Collateral.
Man, when Heat came out and I was like Val Kilmer and fucking Al Pacino.
Pacino.
And Robert De Niro.
Bobby D.
Epic.
Oh my God. I always said, how is Robbie D and Ali P, how are they not in the same movie together until then? But they were technically both in Godfather at some point?
Yeah, they're in it, but not at the same time.
Not at the same time, yeah.
No. But still. That's like having Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the same movie.
Oh, The Expendables.
Never saw it.
Me neither. But it looked fucking crazy.
It's sick.
Yeah, it kind of looked pretty sick. I think they made a few of them. I mean, I'm a big Dolph
That's everyone
fan.
epic in there except Steven Seagal.
Yeah, didn't they get him in like the third one or something?
Did they? I hope they did. He's such a legend.
Yeah, because they did a few of them. I think they just kept getting more and more people. They got to get Bob Odenkirk in there now.
They got to get more and more people.
I was tripping watching interviews with Steven Seagal and like how kooky he is, but for some reason it makes me like him even more.
Why is he kooky though? Is he
he's just really like cocky. He's like really cocky, and in a lot of the interviews that I watched, that people would dissect that like he's like lying about everything. Like he says he's like such a gnarly, high rated jiu-jitsu black belt, and then they would dissect his fighting. And they'd be like, this guy's like lying.
Yeah.
And just like, I think he would
fraud,
say things
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he would say things about other actors too, like talk shit kind of, but in like a weird way. Like almost like he was like a jaded skater. Like I'd be like, damn, dude. I remember, he's like, the only person in Hollywood that does real fighting is Jet Li. And I'm like, damn, just discredited like a shitload of people.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to hear about who your most favorite jaded skaters are, but we're running out of time here on the podcast, so we're gonna have to save that for next time.
All right.
But Tom, thanks so much for being on the podcast. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you guys for inviting me. Yeah, it was very chill and very fun, and thanks for asking me fun questions.
Hopefully, I'll see you again one day. Maybe we'll come back to LA now that my friend Orange Man's also moving out there.
Sick. Yeah, let's all skate. I want to watch your guys' process in like real life. It sounds like really cool.
Hell yeah. Likewise.
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good night.
Oh, God, that was great.
Oh, that was fantastic. Always nice having another Tom on the podcast.
That's true. I've said that before and I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. I just can't wait to see what our next Tom's going to be. Probably not Tom Cruise.
That's true. Maybe Tom Hanks.
Hey,
who knows?
Hey, maybe fucking Tom Hanks.
Oh, could be Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
it could be Tom Hanks.
True.
That is true.
But talking to Tom, that was a real treat. But it makes me realize why he's such good friends with Spanky. Because neither of those guys laugh at anything that we say.
That's probably why he came on. Spanky's like, we should go talk to these guys. They're not funny.
They're not funny. They won't make you laugh once.
They're fucking stupid.
Yeah. They'll actually make you look really smart and really good.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Spanky.
Yeah.
You got us.
Yeah, you got us another guest on the best skateboard podcast in the world.
Best season of the best skateboard podcast in the world.
Infinite podcast.
Infinite podcast. This is fun.
So,
Well, I can't do.
I guess we can just, just keep reaching for the stars.
Oh, we got to keep reaching for those stars.
Yeah, why the fuck can't we get Tom Cruise? Who the fuck is he?
Who is he actually?
Oh, what? Just because he has fucking billions of dollars?
He's probably got billions, right?
Millions at the very least. Just because he got millions of dollars, he thinks he's better than us? No, that doesn't mean shit.
Mm-mm.
You know?
Mm-mm.
Even the president of the United States sometimes has to stand naked.
When?
Probably in the shower.
You're supposed to do that naked?
I do it naked sometimes.
Weird.
Yeah.
I usually put on more clothes before I get in the shower, but that's neither here nor there.
No, that's smart. You don't have to do any laundry that way.
Laundry.
Yeah, Tom Laundry.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I was saying.
Right.
Tom
right.
Landry. This is who I was saying we should get on the podcast soon.
Okay, well, maybe next week.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll reach out to him.
All right, well, is there anything you want to say before we leave?
Well, after a podcast like that,
After one like that?
keep on rocking in a free world.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
Yeah.